there is an invisible program running inside you right now. A silent code influencing every decision, every fear, every reaction you have. A code you never chose, but that shapes your life to this day. And here's what most people don't realize: this program has been running for decades, quietly directing your choices, sabotaging your dreams, and keeping you trapped in patterns you can't explain. You wake up with good intentions. You set goals. You promise yourself, this time will be different. But somehow, you end up in the same place. The same relationship patterns. The same financial struggles. The same fears holding you back. Why? Because you're trying to change the results without changing the program. The Bible already understood this thousands of years ago. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Proverbs 23 verse 7. In other words, you live according to the program operating inside you, even if you're unaware of it. And modern authors confirm this truth. Napoleon Hill, who studied the most successful people of his time, wrote, "The human mind, once it is repeatedly filled with an idea, will eventually turn that idea into reality." Your thoughts aren't just thoughts. They're instructions, commands, code being executed every single day. Today, you will uncover this hidden program. And more importantly, you will learn exactly how to rewrite it. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Today. Let me ask you something. When you bought your phone, did it come blank? No apps, no settings, nothing? Of course not. It came pre-programmed. Your mind works the same way. You weren't born with a blank slate. From the moment you entered this world, information started downloading. Your conscious mind is only the surface, the screen you see. Your subconscious is the operating system, and it was programmed during the earliest years of your life. Between ages 0 and 7, your brain operates primarily in theta brainwave state. This is the same state hypnotists use to install suggestions directly into the subconscious. As a child, you believed everything you saw, heard, and felt. No filter. No questioning. No critical thinking. You were a recording device. And that's how unconscious codes were installed. Money doesn't grow on trees. I don't deserve it. I always mess things up. Nothing comes easy for me. I'm not good enough. People like us don't succeed. It's selfish to want more. Maybe your parents said these things. Maybe teachers. Maybe you simply observed their struggles and absorbed their beliefs as truth. You didn't choose these programs. But they're running your life. Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, warned us. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. It's not fate. It's not bad luck. It's not the universe against you. It's programming. And here's the uncomfortable truth. 95% of your daily behavior is controlled by your subconscious programs. Only 5% is your conscious willpower. That means you can want something with all your heart, set goals, make plans. But if your subconscious program says you're not worthy of that, you will sabotage yourself every single time. This invisible program is incredibly sophisticated. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't say, "Hey, I'm sabotaging you now." It operates in the shadows, making decisions before you even notice. Let me give you examples of how this plays out in real life. You attract the same type of person over and over. You tell yourself, this one is different. But 6 months later, you're having the same arguments, feeling the same disappointment. Why? Because your subconscious is programmed with a template of what love should look like based on what you witnessed growing up. If you saw dysfunction, your subconscious coded that as normal. So even when you meet someone healthy, your system rejects them. They feel boring or too nice. Your subconscious literally pushes away what's good for you because it doesn't match the program. You work hard. You earn money. Then somehow, it disappears. Unexpected expenses. Bad investments. Impulse purchases you can't explain. It's not bad luck. It's your financial thermostat, a program installed in childhood that says, this is how much money people like us have. When you exceed that amount, your subconscious creates circumstances to bring you back down to your comfort zone. You're about to break through. The opportunity is right there. Then suddenly, you get sick. You pick a fight with someone important. You miss a deadline. You make an inexplicable mistake. This is your subconscious protecting you from the unknown. Because success means change. And change means unpredictability. Your subconscious prioritizes survival over success. It would rather keep you safe and stuck than let you risk the unknown. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, explains this perfectly. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And your mental system was created in childhood. Not by you. Not with your consent. But it's running your life anyway. The Bible speaks to this. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4 verse 23. Everything comes from the inside, not the outside. You can change jobs, cities, relationships. But if you don't change the internal program, the same patterns will follow you everywhere. Change the inside. The outside follows. Now here's the good news, the revolutionary, life-changing news. The brain is plastic. It adapts. It learns. It rewires. This discovery won a Nobel Prize. It's called neuroplasticity. For centuries, scientists believed the brain was fixed after childhood. That your personality, your capabilities, your patterns were permanent. They were wrong. Your brain creates about 2 million new neurons every day. New connections are formed based on what you repeatedly think, feel, and do. This means the program that was installed in childhood is not permanent. It can be rewritten. Dr. Joe Dispenza, who's spent decades studying the brain and transformation, says, when you change your inner state, you change your outer world. But here's the key most people miss. Your subconscious doesn't distinguish imagination from reality. It only records repetition plus emotion. Think about that. Your subconscious can't tell the difference between something you vividly imagined and something you actually experienced. This is why you can feel anxious about something that hasn't happened yet. Your imagination made it real to your subconscious. But this also means you can install a new mental code, and once the code changes, your behavior automatically changes with it. You don't have to fight yourself anymore. You don't need endless willpower. You just need to change the program. And when the program changes, everything else follows naturally. So how do you actually do this? How do you rewrite decades of programming? Let me give you the exact protocol. This isn't theory. This is the practical, step-by-step process that actually works. You can't change what you can't see. The first step is to make the unconscious conscious. Ask yourself these questions. What is the pattern that destroys my life the most today? Is it fear of rejection? Is it guilt when you succeed? Is it shame about who you are? Is it self-sabotage right before breakthrough? Is it the belief I'm not capable? Is it I don't deserve good things? Don't rush this step. Sit with it. Write it down. The pattern that keeps showing up in different areas of your life, that's your core program. Louise Hay, who transformed the lives of millions, said, "You may have been repeating patterns for years, but the moment you choose to observe yourself, everything begins to change." Awareness is power. What you identify, you gain power over. Once you've identified your core program, you need to interrupt it every time it tries to run. This is crucial. Your brain operates on neural pathways, literal highways of thought that have been used thousands of times. Every time you think that old thought, you strengthen that highway. To create a new program, you must first disrupt the old one. When the automatic thought appears, use a physical interruption. Snap your fingers loudly. Clap your hands. Tap your chest 3 times. Say softly but firmly, "Cancel." This isn't superstition. This is neuroscience. It's called a pattern interrupt, a quick shock that cuts the neural signal of the old habit. The physical action creates a bookmark in your brain that says, "We're not going down that road anymore." The Bible speaks to this principle. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12 verse 2. Renewal requires interrupting the old. You can't renovate a house while living in it the same way. You have to disrupt the old structure first. Right after the interruption, you record the new code through emotional repetition. This is where most people fail. They repeat affirmations without emotion, and wonder why nothing changes. Your subconscious doesn't respond to words. It responds to feelings. You need to repeat your new program with genuine emotion. Here are affirmations that work, but only if you feel them. I allow life to flow in my favor. I am worthy of the best. I am enough, exactly as I am. I accept being happy without guilt. Good things happen to me naturally. I deserve abundance in all forms. I am safe to be seen and successful. When you repeat these phrases, don't just say them. Close your eyes. Feel them in your body. Imagine what your life looks like when this is true. See yourself confident, abundant, loved, successful. Let that feeling wash over you. This is how the code gets installed. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches, To create a new future, you must stop living in the past. When you repeat a phrase with emotion, your brain begins forming new connections, new neural pathways. And the program changes. Do this every day for 21 days minimum. Ideally 90 days. That's how long it takes to create a new neural pathway that becomes automatic. What's remarkable is how ancient wisdom and modern science point to the same truth. On one side, we have neuroscience, neuroplasticity, pattern interrupts, neural reconditioning, theta brainwave programming. On another side, we have great modern authors. Napoleon Hill on the power of thought. Dr. Joe Dispenza on changing your state. Louise Hay on self-observation. James Clear on systems over goals. And above all, we have the Bible, written thousands of years ago. Be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Ephesians 4 verse 23. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12 verse 2. As water reflects the face, so one's life reflects the heart. Proverbs 27 verse 19. All of these sources, across centuries and disciplines, point to the same fundamental truth. You are not trapped in the program you received. You can rewrite it. You can be reborn. You can become the person you were meant to be. The hidden program no longer needs to run your life. Starting today, you are no longer a prisoner of old patterns. You are the programmer now. Think about what this means. Every limiting belief, every fear, every self-sabotaging behavior, none of it is permanent. It's just old code that can be deleted and replaced. And when you change the code, everything changes. Your relationships transform because you're no longer attracting from old wounds. Your decisions improve because you're no longer operating from fear. Your opportunities multiply because you're no longer sabotaging yourself. Your self-esteem rises because you're no longer running the "I'm not enough" program. Your sense of worthiness expands because you've installed the truth: you are inherently valuable. Your entire life changes when your mind changes. Not because the external world shifted, but because you shifted. You became conscious of the code. You interrupted the old patterns. You installed new programming. And now, you're living from that new operating system. This is not a one-time event. This is a practice. A daily commitment to awareness. Every day, you'll catch old programs trying to run. And every day, you'll have the choice. Let it run automatically, or interrupt it and install something new. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. The new pathways get stronger. The old ones fade. And one day, you'll realize the person you used to be, the one controlled by invisible programs, is gone. In their place is someone new. Someone conscious. Someone empowered. Someone free. The Bible promised this transformation. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old is gone, the new is here. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 17. You don't have to be religious to understand this truth. It's about becoming a new version of yourself. Leaving behind the unconscious patterns. stepping into conscious creation. And today, your rewriting begins. The invisible program is now visible. And what's visible can be changed. So change it. Rewrite it. Become the programmer of your own life. Your future self is waiting.